So we have Cammy, Dalsim, Blanca, E Honda. The optical joystick is pretty nice. Awesome. Bottom plate off. Interesting. Hey everyone, Steve here, and in this video I'm checking out the ASCII Stick FT Special Capcom version for the Sega Dreamcast. This is a 6-button arcade stick for the Sega Dreamcast and basically is the arcade stick or fight stick version of the ASCII pad that I've taken a look at previously on my channel. If you've seen that video, you may remember that I had the SNK version of the ASCII pad, and this is the Capcom version of the ASCII stick. Basically, these are tie-in peripherals for the original Capcom Vs SNK, which I won't be playing today. I'll be playing CVS 2 and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But just like that SNK pad, we are expecting to get some character cards, the stick itself, in a nice, cool black and yellow and white color scheme. On the side of the box here, I think we have a compatibility list, which is all in Japanese, so I'm not really going to be able to shed any light on that. We have the CVS character portraits of Ryu, Chun-Li, Guile, Ken, Zangief, and Blanca. The stick is model number ASC-1302M. I think this might indicate that this has rumble functionality, which I'm not going to be able to kind of portray on camera, but I can at least test it. And here is the back of the box. Again, in basically Japanese for the most part. You can see that this stick has a slot just like the original Dreamcast Green Goblin for the VMU. Don't know what all these warnings are. And a nice big bold ASCII logo down the bottom. You can see here that I got this from Japan, or at least imported it, but this isn't what I paid for it, 7,000 yen. I got this off eBay for probably much more than that. All right, so let's open the box. This isn't new old stock, but it does seem to have been kept in nice condition. Opening the box here, there's a little barcode there. We have the stick itself. Whoop, get all that out of the way. Inside some cardboard inserts, just like that. Papers and everything falling out, cardboard falling out. These are your 2 cardboard inserts. I'll just take a note of how these were made. Got the manual here, all in Japanese. And we've got the product registration card here. I'm not going to be filling these out, but good to have them as part of the set. So here we have the stick itself in a nice plastic bag. Bit of oxidation on the bottom, but that's okay. This is basically more than 20 years old at this point. And then here we have the Capcom character instruction cards. So in my other video, you would have seen me go through the SNK ones. These are the Capcom ones. Before we get into the stick itself, let's have a look at these. Got the original CVS logo there, Capcom, SNK, and ASCII Corp. Let's open this up. I've taken all the cards out, but basically, I guess this is an instruction manual on how to use these cards. Not useful to me really, but if I ever learn Japanese, I'm sure I'll have a fun time with those. So we have Cammy, Dalsim, Blanca, E Honda, Balrog or Vega or Claw, Ken, Chun-Li, Ryu, Guile, Vega or M. Bison or Dictator, Sakura, M. Bison or Balrog or Boxer, and Zangief. I don't know why they're all just Street Fighter characters. Is that how it was in the original CVS? So I'll put these basically back, but a good thing about this stick is that it has a place for you to put the actual cards so you can remember the move list or have the move list right in front of you. I'll take one of those cards and use them later. Basically, if you buy any controllers or anything from Japan, especially Dreamcast stuff, the plug always comes with this foam around it, which is nice of them to protect it like that. Little twisty tie, barely holding on. Now I haven't actually checked this stick out, so let's inspect it. So we've got the layout basically the same as the ASCII or Agitech Green Goblin, so A, B, X, Y, Z, and C. You can see a vibration toggle here, which is cool. Start button there. I'm not sure what this is for. Maybe you put 2 cards. And then here is the lever itself. There's a bit of a oxidation here, which is a shame, but that's okay. And one thing to note is that this lever does not make any sounds. It is a completely optical lever, so it probably just uses like some diodes. And then when you move the stick, it kind of blocks the light or blocks the beam and kind of activates the button press. So no clicks here, but it isn't also pressing on anything. Like it's not a membrane, mushy stick like that. So that's awesome. Nice black case, ASCII logo here. The buttons are nice. And on the bottom, ASCII Stick FT ASCII-1302S, which I don't think it was what it said on the box, right? Some Japanese characters made in Japan. So to demonstrate actually what we're meant to be doing with the cards, it's this section in the manual. You basically put your card there. And basically, if I pre-pick my team, I can just put them now. I'm gonna have to choose only 2 people, I guess. I don't remember how many people you're allowed to choose in the first CVS, but I'm gonna be playing CVS 2. So let's just go with, does it go on the front or the back? I guess in the front here. Ooh, it's a bit tight. I don't want to ruin the card. Ooh, but it's a nice snug fit. So we've got Ken there. And then I guess we can just go with Vega or Balrog. I think I'll have to move this guy over like that. And then like this. Oh, that doesn't really fit. Oh, wait. Haha, I think it's for 3. You've got 3 card slots. So there. Man, this is so embarrassing if I get this wrong. Let's put one over here. Well, that doesn't even make any sense. Maybe like that. Looks kind of weird. Let's put Zangief there. That's cool. Check that out. But you can see here too, this is the VMU slot. So actually, let's have a closer look at the VMU slot. Just like that. VMU, or I guess you could say extension slot is what it's saying with EXT there. So I've just got a VMU here. We'll plug it into here, just like that. Didn't even have to look at it. But again, now that's going to be blocking the character cards, which is not ideal. So I'll remove that for now. Okay, cool. So I've got my team set up there. Okay, so you can see that I've loaded up a Capcom Vs SNK 2 here on my Dreamcast. The controller is just plugged in behind the monitor there. So let's press start. Everything seems to be working. Actually, I thought this controller was broken because when I plugged it in and turned on the Dreamcast, nothing worked, but the plug just needs to be lifted up a little bit so the contacts make, I guess, contact with the controller port there. So, you know, this thing is definitely showing its age at this point. Let's just adjust the controller settings. So X is light punch, Y is medium, heavy, light, medium, heavy. Apparently this controller has vibration. So if I turn that off or on, hopefully I'll feel something. I'm not really sure. We're going to open this up later on and have a look inside. So let's see how that vibration works. And let's just jump into arcade mode. Let's just go with a 3-on-3 match just in case the ratios of these three guys don't add up. Unless you can choose them, right? That's how it works. Normal C groove. So I've got Ryu, Ken, and then Sagat. I don't know. Did I not choose the right order? Awesome, okay. Okay, I'm not feeling any vibration. The optical joystick is pretty nice. Like, it's not clicky at all, but there is I think it might be an octagonal restrictor gate in this thing, and that's allowing for pretty smooth motion inputs. Yeah, not really feeling any vibration. Ah! Ryu character card is coming in handy. Whoa! Ah, didn't even get her on the chip. Uh-oh. Yeah, nice. Didn't even need to use Ken or Sagat. Yeah, not really getting any vibration on this thing. You know, if that doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so I did a Google Translate on the manual and there was nothing there about vibration instructions other than that some games are compatible and some aren't. But I actually went back into this controller settings menu and then I can very slightly hear the vibration motor turn when you change the setting on and off. But I think this is just so old that motor is like super weak now. I'm really not going to worry too much about it. We'll see the motor when we get inside the stick. So I'm just going to leave this switch off. It doesn't really affect the experience whatsoever. Nice. All right, I think that's it for CVS2. While Marvel 2 loads up, I actually need to take these away because I need to put in the VMU and the VMU kind of blocks the cards or the cards block the VMU. So let's put these back. I realize I probably haven't actually shown parts of the controller in detail, like this Dreamcast logo on the top left here in a light gray. You got your quite yellow buttons. Weird blue start button. I mean, it looks nice, but it's just such a weird shape. I don't know why it's square. But luckily I have a blue VMU. Nice. For some reason, it's not showing the Marvel 2 logo there, but that's fine. Maybe I have to restart. There we are. I think it's the controller plug and the port being a bit finicky, but we do have the Marvel 2 logo there on the VMU. Okay, awesome. So I've got all my Marvel 2 characters now. I'm going to assume all the controls are as they should be. So light, heavy, 2 partner buttons. Nice. Honestly, the optical nature of this stick makes it quite fun to use. Like, it's not super clicky, but it does feel very fast and responsive. Oh god, why am I fighting up against the serve bot? I hate him so much, he's so small. Come on, get him out of there. So first 2 stages of Marvel 2 arcade mode done. I think that's enough playtesting with this stick. It is really nice and fun to use on fighting games at least. Really got a nice big surface area to rest your hands on, and there's a nice slope here as well, which makes it a pretty comfortable stick overall to use. Now let's take a look inside this thing. Okay, so you can see I've got 1 dumbbell there. Here is the second one, and it's time to prop this up upside down so I can have a look inside. Okay, so Here is the ASCII Stick FT upside down. It's a little hard to actually prop it up properly, but that's fine. You can see it's actually, and I realized this, it's missing one of these rubber adhesive feet, which isn't the biggest deal in the world. I'll just find some stuff off eBay to replace this. There are a few sticks in my collection that are like that anyways, so just add it to the pile. We've got just 5 screws here, Phillips screws here. I'm just using a Phillips, I think this is a Phillips 1 screwdriver. Okay, so I've taken the 5 screws out, but there's actually a little bit of gunk in or a few of these screw holes, which isn't ideal. Don't know what that is. Get rid of that once I take this plate off. And is it gonna come off easily? Doesn't look like it. Might be like wedged in there after not being moved for like 20 years. So let's see, how do I do this? Maybe if I just have it upside down, it's just gonna fall out. Loosen up that gunk inside of it. There's a little gap here where the cable comes out. Then maybe I can wedge this screwdriver in. There we are, that seems to do the trick. Hopefully there's no hidden screws or anything. I don't think there would be under the rubber feet, but there might be. Am I gonna have to take these rubber feet off and figure that out? Yeah, it seems pretty tightly wedged in there. And that's not usually the case unless there's something under these rubber feet. So I might have to do a little operation. There's no hidden screw under this sticker. It's completely flat. Aha! Hidden screw under that rubber foot. Possibly one under this one. Sneaky, they thought they could get away with it. These are tough. None under this foot, which is fine. But I've already torn it up, so we might as well just get rid of it now. Maybe there's one under this foot. Aha, another screw there. So 2 hidden screws in this ASCII Stick FT. And this should just lift off now. Still no. And why is that? Ah, there we are. Awesome. Bottom plate off. Interesting. Okay, so hopefully what that gunk was inside these screw posts is just like excess plastic for when they probably are self-tapped or something like that. Yeah, these look like self-tapping screws. And let's take a look inside. So here is the optical joystick. Really, really interesting. I've never seen anything like it, and I've never shown anything like it on this channel before. So you can see obviously no micro switches. So how it works is probably, I don't know how it would work. Still got an actuator there. So what is it doing when it moves this way, which is, I guess, left on the joystick, and it pivots to the right here. Not too sure, to be honest, what it's actually doing, but we've got a power and a ground and then the 4, I guess, connections. You can see the buttons are soldered in, and here is the super weak vibration motor. Wasn't doing anything at this point. I guess you could try and repair it, but I really wouldn't bother. I don't know if it's just not getting enough power or if it's just so weak, and it looks very light too, so probably didn't have a lot of guts to begin with. This would be your actual main PCB with your controller there. This is just the breakout for the extension port. And then here are your 6 soldered in buttons. If anything, I would replace the restrictor gate with a circular one, so you can do like really smooth 360 moves and have it be nice and completely silent almost, because you wouldn't even hear any of these ridges being hit. Is this restrictor gate easily removable? It looks like it. Try not to snap the clip off. There we are, so here's your octagonal restrictor gate. Okay, so what I have here is a circular restrictor gate that I've managed to pull off the Dobe electronic stick that I had, which came with a circular gate, and luckily, because it's the same style, it fits perfectly onto the optical joystick here. So what I do have now is a circular restrictor gate on a perfectly silent optical joystick. So let's just put that in there. That's not gonna come out. Awesome, that feels so good. It's basically just a smooth 360. What have I got? I can also do the screwdriver trick and remove the ball top here, but I actually kind of like the yellow ball top it comes with, and I wouldn't want to replace it with a different color ball top, just a bat top, and I can't really be bothered with doing that right now. So I'm just gonna leave it as is and kind of just leave it as a restrictor gate mod for now. Again, unfortunately, it seems like this controller is a bit finicky with the controller plug that it comes with, as it has aged over time. But anyways, let's just seal it back up. Hopefully you got good enough shot of the inside and internals just for reference. Always a bit tough getting these to sit flush. That looks good to me. Feels nice and flush. And I don't think I'm gonna replace the rubber feet on this thing. I'm probably just gonna get some foam strips or like an old mouse pad and kind of cut panels to size. That way we can leave the screws exposed so you can maintain it easier. Okay, so after reassembling the stick, I can definitely tell you that that plastic gunk, that gunk inside the screw bosses and screw holes was probably plastic, because the screws that assemble this thing or hold this thing together are self-tapping. I'm not going to slide this around too much because there are no rubber feet kind of protecting this table now. But, whoa, that feels so weird. I might have to hold it up because otherwise it's just going to slide around everywhere. I have installed a circular restrictor gate on this silent optical joystick, so it basically makes no noise at all, but it doesn't feel like mushy membrane garbage. This is so weird, but it's going to be awesome for like, I guess, 360 and motion inputs and stuff like that. That's really cool. I'll have to use this stick for other things as well besides the Dreamcast. Anyways guys, that'll do it for now. That was my look at the ASCII Stick FT, a nice alternate arcade stick for the Dreamcast as opposed to your usual common Agitech Green Goblins. If you're a fan of arcade sticks and have a Dreamcast peripheral collection, I think this is probably one of the essential items to have. As well as if you're a fan of fighting games and especially Capcom or SNK games, then having one of the SNK and one of the Capcom lines kind of completes a small collection that's pretty neat to have as a part of fighting game history. But yeah, that'll do it for now. Thanks so much again for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll answer as much as I can. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could like it. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to my channel and checking out my other videos as there's a lot to see. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you next time.